be exalted. I will. Selfishness. Anything that stays in the self stage and never makes it to the we stage won't last. Whether it's a marriage, whether it's a business, whether it's an employee, I can tell you right now, I can name person after person that I hired into this ministry that never became we. They were just an I connected. And if you get somebody with an I mentality in a we situation, they will eventually break away from the we and go for the I because they do not have we in them. Are you hearing what I'm saying? In fact, what they will do is use the we to promote the I. And as soon as the we gets them high enough that they can fly, they say, I gotta go. That's why he stayed with you till you paid them college bills, and when he got his degree, he flew away. That's why he stayed with you till you paid them college bills, and when he got his degree, he flew away. It was never the we of it. It was always, oh, y'all don't hear. Ooh. Oh, God, are you hearing what I'm saying? And so I was telling them, I said, we believed in marriage. We believed in it. We were perfect, we were flawed, but we were submitted to a concept. Submitted to a concept, submitted to an ideal, submitted to a concept. And that's what I want to talk to you a few minutes about being submitted to a concept. Submitted to a concept means I give up mine for the benefit of this. See, I'm submitted to a concept. I commit all that I have to this. Now, with that comes my strengths. Unfortunately, with it comes my weaknesses. With it comes my dysfunction, and with it comes the fact that I talk too much, and with it comes the fact that I have a lust problem, and with it comes the fact that I have a temper problem, and with it comes the fact that I don't like your mama, but I am here. And as long as you can put up with me, I can put up with you, and we're going to grow together, and we're going to get better, and God's going to help us, but whatever we do is going to be we. Am I talking to you? Because we are losing this thing. We are losing it bad. Somebody's got to stop dancing a minute. Somebody's got to stop shouting a minute and say, wait a minute, y'all aren't even getting off the ground. I mean, y'all are not making it to your 3rd anniversary. You haven't finished paying off the rice they threw at her. Dad, something's got to be done. So I identified the fact that we submitted to a concept. We came in church, we submitted to a concept. This is our church. When we joined the church, that was our church. We belong here. Pastor didn't have to fuss, he didn't have to beg, that was our church. We would have asked this question, they having church tonight? Because if they was having church, we were going to be there. Because that was our church. We didn't join the mall. The mall is the kind of place you could go and not go. If you don't need anything, you don't go. But we didn't have a mall mentality about ministry. Today, people have a mall mentality about ministry. They go when they need something. They say, well, they got shoes on sale. I heard Bishop preaching on submission. It's going good. I'm coming. They go when they need something. They go when it's something they like. We joined a concept. It was our church. If it was a good service, we had church. If it wasn't, we had church. We was there. Looking at one another going. But that's important, because if you can only be we when things are going the way you want, no entity will last long. The problem with you, sir, that stops you from being the Tarzan you were meant to be is that you have nothing to submit to that's bigger than you. There has to be something in every man's life that's bigger than him, that challenges him and intimidates him and motivates him and gives him a reason to commit. So God says, I'm going to be the head over you, and I'm going to make you the head of the house. And I'm going to be bigger than you, so that when you go home, you can be larger than life. And he said, we're going to flow together. When she is overwhelmed and stressed out and at her wit's end and can't make it another minute, she can come to you and cast her cares on you. And you can tell her, don't worry about it, baby. We gonna make it through this. But when all hell is breaking loose, you can come to me and I will lay my hand on you and say, don't worry about it, Daddy. We gonna make it through this. And when I get a word from God, I can say, baby, I got a word from God. It's not about you being weaker. It's not about her being weaker. It's not about her not being strong. It's not about her not being competent. It's not about who got the most degrees. And it's not about who makes the most money. It is about structure. It is about order. And any corporation that has no structure has corruption. So God says two things are happening. If you stop manning up, he has to. But if you man up, then you become mama, and he gets to stay forever a little boy. And now instead of having 3 kids, you got 4. What I was trying to get you to see with the conjoined twins is how they had to work together to do normal stuff, that they were figuratively flawed, both of them in some way, yet joined together. They had to find a way to make it in spite of abnormalcies. You go first, and then I'm coming in later. And that's the way you have to make it. Both of you broken in some way, submitting yourselves one to another. Submitted to a concept. We are in this together. We got to take this bath together. We got to cook this food together. We got to make it to this car together. We got to communicate together, because if we don't communicate, it's going to be to the detriment of both of us. Later in the interview, we found out that splitting them now would kill them both. I realize divorce is highly popular and it looks good, but please hear me. When you split up, both of you will bleed. You will bleed. You will bleed. There will be hemorrhaging. Your children will bleed because you are joined together. What God has joined together, let no man put asunder. Now, I know you can do whatever you want to do. You grown 3 times 7 plus, put on your pants just like bitch. I get that. I'm not saying you can't do it, but get some bandages, get some tourniquets, and get some oxygen. There will be bleeding. Financial bleeding, emotional bleeding, long-term bleeding, guilt bleeding, children bleeding. There will be bleeding. Cutting or loose something that has become a unit will cause blood. You understand? It will cause blood. See, we live in a generation where we are advertising all these answers. Oh, if you're too big, come on, we'll cut your stomach out. If you don't like your teeth, we'll pull your teeth out and make you the smile of your dream. We get whatever we want, however we want it, whenever we want it, anywhere but life. Life is not like teeth. You can't pick out the smile you want. So here we are. For this cause shall a man leave. No, I want to get to this. Let me do this because I got to do this. I'm trying to get out all the things that I didn't get out Sunday that made me miserable driving home. Because I'm going to have some peace going home today. God says, it's really a challenge to both people. He says to the woman, submit yourself to your husband in everything. That's kind of tough. You know, because especially if he's crazy. You know, so my suggestion is don't marry crazy. Okay, but anyway, and it says submit yourself. Then he says, husbands love your wives. I'm cool with that. I love Sarita. I love her. Good. I love you. Love you, baby. Love you. You know I love you, girl. You know I love you, girl. Yeah. Excuse me, I'm back. She might be watching. Oh, I ain't miss them all the time. This is I'm gonna be through with this hour. But see, I'm back in character. But he says to love her as Christ has loved the church. And I even got through that, and then he says, but gave himself a ransom for you. I said, wait a minute, Christ died. Why did Christ die? He died for the church. For the joy that was set before him, he died for an ideal. And so what I'm beginning to learn is little by little, the further you go, in order to make the E or the we of anything work, you die in pieces. Your will, what you would have done, what you could have done, what you thought about things, what you would do if you were single, what you would do if you was by yourself, how you would fix a house, how you would live your life, how you would go. If you don't believe in the we of it, all you have is the you of it. And you end up alone. The best employees are people who connect to the concept. I'm in it. This is what we're about. This is what we do. This is my job. This is my lane. This is how I do it. They're into it. The best members are people who connect with the church and they believe in the ideal of it. And as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Come on, we're going to church. They bind to the ideal. All the people who come in with a hidden agenda never last. They never, ever stay. I don't care how you baby them. You can give them massage. Every Sunday morning you can go, oh, I don't care what you do, they ain't gonna stay. That's why Jesus told Judas, what you do it quickly. He said, just go on and go. Because you a goer, go. Peter, will I go also? No, I'm a stayer. Are you a stayer or a goer? Can I go a little bit deeper? Now, he says to the man, he says, here's one thing I want to mention to you. You know how you can just put that wall up and you ain't hearing her at all? In fact, you in power and you using my word to shut her down. He said, I just want to tell you something. If you are unjust in your power to her, just know that I will be unjust with my power to you. Can I go a little bit deeper? God is saying, maybe you're having problems getting me to hear you because she's having problems getting you to hear her. And you pray to me and you say, God, you need to say something to me. You need to talk to me. I need to hear from you. I need you to tell me what's going on. Where am I right now? What do you have in store for me? What do you want to do in my life? And he said, I'm not saying nothing to you, because when she says, Jim, we need to talk. We need to talk. We need to spend some time. I need to hear your heart. I need to know your feeling. You say, So if you say, then when you pray, God will say, So fellas, this is how I handle it. Now y'all can do it however you want to. I told Serena, look, you have whatever you need. If I got it, you can have it here. You need something here, baby. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it, girl. Just don't even worry about it. Just don't see. And then when I get through giving it to her, I say, Lord, I need something. Oh, y'all don't hear what I'm telling you. I say, girl like me need a little something. And he says, because you have been generous in your position, I'm going to be generous in my position. And what I got for you is far more than what you got for her. I'll give it to you pressed down, shaken together. Oh, it ought to be some dancing men up in this place right now. It ought to be some shouting men up in this place right now. It ought to be some men excited because we're going to clear this line. This line has been clogged up with all kind of stuff, but we're getting ready to clear this line so that when you ask God to move again, he's going to open up the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing you won't have room enough to receive. I need somebody to shout me down. Oh my God. Touch three people and say something is about to happen. See, the submission series is a tune-up. God is tuning us up because he's getting ready to take us somewhere. Oh, y'all don't hear what I'm saying. He's tuning us up because he's getting ready to take us somewhere. He's getting all the kinks out the line because something is about to happen. Something is about to happen. And it can't just happen in this house. It has to happen in your house. Because I'm praying for God to open up the windows of heaven and release a supernatural blessing in your life so that you don't have to come to church to get high. You can be happy in your house, peace in your car, joy in your soul. Shout yes! Sit down, I'm going a little bit deeper. Can I go just a little bit deeper? God says, I'll give you power. I'll give you power if you don't abuse it. I'll give you power if you don't abuse it. Out of all of Jacob's sons, Joseph got the power. Joseph got the power because he wouldn't abuse the power. God knew that he was the one brother that had a heart big enough to be blessed big enough that when his other brothers got in trouble, Joseph would still be loving and compassionate to somebody who broke his heart. I'm telling you right now, you're smart enough to be blessed, you're educated enough to be blessed, you're cute enough to be blessed. But until you get your heart right, God's gonna shut up the windows of heaven and stop your blessing. It ain't your head, baby, it's your wicked heart. God said, when a man's ways please the Lord, I'll make his enemies to be at peace with him. I'll make your enemies like you. I'll straighten out your problems. I'll make the crooked path straight. When your ways, you know how grandma used to talk about you got nasty ways. Your ways, not your words, because you can have nice words and still have nasty ways. I want to talk to somebody who couldn't figure out how you could love the Lord and read your Bible and go to church and still be going through all this hell and not getting a breakthrough like you need to. That's why God's talking to you about submission. Because if you would get out of God's way, if you would shut your mouth, if you would be still and let God be God, then God would open up the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing. Slap somebody, say, take your hands off it. Take your hands off it. Take your mouth off it. Take your will off it. Be still and let God be God. Be still means to submit and say, whatever, Lord, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to move, wherever you want to put me, not my will, but thine.
Broadcasting from Frederiksted, St. Croix, 101.7 FM.
You are here, moving in our midst. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, working in this place. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, moving in our midst. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, working in this place. I worship you. I worship you. Hey, we make a miracle walking, promise
DJ, give me something to praise to.
Miracle walker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. That is who you are. Yeah, waymaker, miracle walker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You wipe away all tears. You mend the broken heart. You're the answer to it all. Jesus, you wipe away all tears. You mend the broken heart. You're the answer to it all. To it all. Jesus, yeah. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You are here, touching every life. I worship you. Oh, shout out about
With your favorite
I
DJ.
worship.
Aquí estás, debemos mover, te adoraré, te adoraré. Aquí estás, obrando en mí, te adoraré, te adoraré. Aquí estás, debemos mover, te adoraré, te adoraré. Aquí estás, obrando en mí, te adoraré, te adoraré. Te llamamos milagroso, abres camino, cumples promesas, luz en tinieblas, mi Dios, así eres tú. Milagroso, abres camino, cumples promesas, luz en tinieblas, mi Dios, así eres tú. Aquí estás, sanando mi corazón, te adoraré. sobrando, siempre estás sobrando, aunque no pueda ver, estás sobrando, aunque no pueda ver, estás sobrando, siempre estás sobrando, siempre estás sobrando, aunque no pueda ver, estás sobrando, aunque no pueda ver, estás sobrando, siempre estás sobrando, siempre estás sobrando, aunque no pueda ver, estás sobrando, aunque no pueda ver, estás sobrando, siempre estás sobrando, siempre estás sobrando, milagroso, abres camino, cumples promesas, luz en tinieblas, mi Dios, así eres tú. Milagroso, abres camino, cumples promesas, luz en tinieblas, mi Dios, así eres tú. Milagroso, abres camino, cumples promesas, luz en tinieblas, mi Dios, así eres tú. Milagroso, abres camino, cumples promesas, luz en tinieblas, mi Dios, así eres tú. Solo así eres tú. 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 Así eres tú.
When Jesus says yes, nobody can say no. It's 101.7 FM, your gospel music station.
Que sería mi final, mas en el proceso pude comprender que el amor de Dios nunca deja de ser, que Él dijo que conmigo estaría y su presencia me acompañaría. Que me falte todo, menos su presencia, que se vayan todos, menos del Espíritu Santo, que me quiten todo, pero algo jamás podrán lograr, que yo de
Broadcasting from Frederickstead, St. Croix, it's WGEM 101.7 FM.
Rise up, people. We're rising up, we're rising up. Rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up. Lord, we're rising up, we're rising up. Rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up. Children of the Lord, arise. Rise up, in Jesus' name. Rise up, in Jesus' name. Children of the Lord, arise. We're gonna rise up in victory. Tear down the enemy. Rise up in victory. Tear down the enemy. Rise up in victory. Tear down the enemy. Children of the Lord, arise. Every day. Children of the Lord, arise. Rise up in Jesus' name. Rise up in Jesus' name. Children of the Lord, arise. Everybody rise up. Rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up. Children of the Lord, arise. We're gonna rise up in victory. Tear down the enemy. Rise up in victory. Tear down the enemy. Rise up in victory.